Hey guys, in today's video, I am going to share with you guys all of the manicures that I wore in July. And I wore a lot of manicures in July. This is not everything. I do have a couple manicures from Project Polish, but I tend to reserve pictures of those manis for my Project Polish videos so that it doesn't become redundant. So I was switching my manicures out maybe every 3 days. Some manicures maybe every 4 days. You know, sometimes I kept them on a little bit longer. But I was switching out my manicures so often because I knew I was going to get back to work at the end of the month. And once I get back to work, I try to paint my nails every 4 days, but sometimes, you know, the week is so busy that I'll keep a manicure on 6-7 days at times, and so I just wanted to kind of wear everything. I don't know. Okay, one of the first manicures that I wore is from Kokie. I love this polish. I bought this one myself. Kokie does send me some polishes here and there, but I also buy from the brand because I love their polishes. They're just really good. They wear very well on my nails, at least the ones that I have tried, every single one. This one is from their green line. So they have a couple of lines. They have their regular line that has the cap has the little stripes, super cute. And then they have a green line, and it has a little branches and the leaves, and then it says green on the polish. This one specifically is called Troublemaker, and it's a deep rose with a strong gold shimmer, and it's just so beautiful. The formula though is a little bit thinner in this one, so it does require 3 coats to get opaque on the nails, but it's an easy application. It doesn't take a long time to dry, and I really love it. I love rosy pinks with a gold shimmer. I feel like they look like very mature, very sophisticated on the nails. I call them my senora colors because this reminds me of something my mom used to wear like in the 80s and 90s, you know. So really great polish. And then the next manicure, which is my 4th of July mani, I did a little jelly sandwich using this Ulta, it's like a blue, royal blue jelly, and it's called Party Like a Patriot. And this one's super transparent. Let me take off the cap to show you. It is a jelly. So first coat, I'll load up. I'll add a good thick coat of the polish. And then I added Firecrakers from Colors Electra. And this is a topper. I know it looks super loaded in the bottle, but it does add sparing glitters on the nails, doesn't completely cover the base. And it has blue, red, pink, and even micro holographic glitter incorporated. It is so sparkly. My sister actually put this on her bare nails and it looked so beautiful. Then I went in with a very thin coat of Party Like a Patriot. I didn't want to load up too much on the blue jelly because I didn't want to fully cover the glitters, and it sparkled so much. It looked super juicy. I feel like it doesn't translate as well in my picture. In my picture it looks a little bit dull, so I may try to insert a recording of the manicure because I shared it on my Instagram stories and it looked super juicy in that video. And then the next manicure is a cheetah print design. I can't remember when I wore this, but it was such a beautiful manicure. I used Simply from LA Colors. This is a skin tone type of nude, and it's so flattering. And let's see. So it's called Simply. It is a little bit of a thinner formulation, so it does require about 2 heavy coats, but I do thinner coats, so I add 3 coats. For the cheetah print design on the center of my cheetah, I used Electra, also from LA Colors. These 2 you can find at the Dollar Tree. And then I used Black Heart from Sally Hansen. I actually left it downstairs, but it's a black cream to do the little cheetah print outline. I love this manicure. It was so beautiful. It looked like I had decals on my nails. For the next manicure, I did a little gradient using a neon red, which is, this is the wrong polish. Hold on. And this is also the wrong one. Oh my God. Ay, coquito lindo. I put Fireball on my curated polish collection, you know, the rack and stuff like that, that video. And just forgot to pull it. When I went to the rack, I just pulled whatever. didn't even read it. So this is Fireball. It is a neon red, and it has a very fine little shimmer. It's not strong on the nails, that little shimmer. On one nail, I did a Fireball. On another nail, I did One Love from ColorClub. Wow, the formula of this polish, considering this is a neon coral, this 2 coats, and that's all I needed. And it's not an overly thick polish. I mean, wow, I'm super impressed. Great formula for this one. This is called One Love. And then on another nail, I did Copacabana Girl, and this is from Sally Hansen. I've used my bottle pretty far down, so I'm brushing it on. It didn't want to level out very well. Maybe I wasn't, it's thickened up a little bit. And this polish dries matte, so it wasn't wanting to level out. But what I did is sponge it on the last application, and then with a glossy top coat, it smoothed everything just fine. It's a little bit more pink. You can see it here. It's not going to come out true to color, but it's a little bit more pink than One Love. One Love leans more orange. And then on 2 nails, I did a gradient with Copacabana One Love, and then on the tip of the nail, it was Fireball. These 2, although not the same color, because they're around the same, you know, family, I guess, you couldn't see the gradient between these 2 until it got to Fireball. But it was such a great manicure, and I just wanted to make sure that I got use out of these 3 polishes this summer season. And then another manicure that I love so much, guys, I did 2 videos on the glazed donut nails. I know, my obsession. I want to try to wear this type of manicure again this summer, hopefully before summer ends. If not, I plan on wearing it again sometime in the winter. But I used Essie's, this is their Gel Couture line. It's called Laces More. It's a white, but with a drop of red, so it makes it slightly blushed, and then it has a gold shimmer. Such a great formula. Another one that made it onto my curated polish rack, because it is a sheer milky polish, but with one heavy coat, it's super even on the nails, which I love. And it just, a formula is so good. Once you build this up though at 3 coats, it does end up looking white with a drop of like a blush tone to it. It's just so beautiful. And then I added a very thin coat of Kyoto Pearl from OPI. This is a white pearl. And sponged over a very thin layer of one of my favorite white shimmery polishes. This is Happy Anniversary. And let me show you guys, because Happy Anniversary, the particles are larger than Kyoto, if you can see. Both so pretty. And I adored that manicure, and I got compliments, guys, like, I mean, a lot of compliments, because it's a white manicure, so it's in the summer, you know, I got a tan going on, and it just looks very striking. I also wore this super chic lacquer polish. I'm actually gonna get rid of it. There's another one that I have that leans more red, and I like that one more. This is called Swoon. It is a kind of magenta-y fuchsia linear holographic. I actually forgot to take a picture of this manicure, but it was really beautiful while I wore it. I'm just finding that I enjoy the ColorClub holographics so much more because I constantly see the holographic, whether I'm indoor or outdoor. Obviously, when you're indoor, you know, you see it a little bit less unless there's some kind of lighting. But even in the crappiest lighting, I see a little rainbow effect with the ColorClub ones, to where with this one, it just looked like a pink with some specks, but no rainbow effect when I was indoor, only when I'm in direct sunlight. And in direct sunlight, this does look beautiful. It's amazing, guys. It has a great formula. It wore very well on my nails as well. I can do 1 thick coat and it'll get opaque, so the formula is really great. I'm just not, I am realizing that I'm not going to be reaching for this as much, and so I'd rather give it to someone that will enjoy it. And then a pink manicure that I really loved. I was wearing it in my curated polish collection video. I wore Look at You Pink a-chu. This is a neon kind of bubble gum type of pink, or Barbie type of pink, I guess. The formula of this is slightly tricky, as it is with most of these types of colors that I own. So it does require about 3 coats to get opaque on the nails. It dries more to a demi matte finish, and I do have to work quickly with this one, otherwise it doesn't level out as well. But the color is so beautiful and so striking and super fun and girly. And on my ring finger, I use this Pure Ice glitter because I hadn't used it in a while, and it is called Spitfire. It is a softer gold with a pink leaning hint, I guess, of color, and then it has holographic glitter. And I wore this on my ring finger, and that was so beautiful. Let me though compare Look at You with China Glaze Bottoms Up though, because I've been asked if they're the same. You can see they're not the same. Bottoms Up has a lot more red in it, and Look at You to me is more blue leaning, more cool. And let me also compare it to Strawberry Swirl, because I think it's the closest one that comes to Look at You. Strawberry Swirl has a little bit more white in it, I feel, compared to Look at You. So if you're not wanting to pay, you know, the $8, $9, whatever this costs, then Salon Perfect put out one from the Dipping Dots collection, and this one also has a great formula. Actually, better formula as far as it doesn't take as many coats to get opaque on the nails like Look at You, but this one tends to want to run down the sides of my nails if I load up too much, so I have to be careful with application there. But this one can take 2 to 3 coats to get opaque, and Look at You, if I'm not careful with application, it can take borderline 4 coats. So there's that. I just wanted to kind of show you guys a comparison of the 3. The last manicure I'm going to talk about, and then I'll talk about pedicures. I wore Coca Cola Red from OPI. Beautiful, warm red. It's bright, but it's not too bright, and it's a cream, and it has an awesome formula. It gets opaque at 2 coats. I love this. Is one of my favorite brighter reds. It looks slightly cooler here, but to me this leans more warm. And I topped it over with the INM holographic topper that is gold leaning. I put this over top of other colors, like darker colors, and I don't feel like I see the holographic as much as I do with the silver version of this. But this time when I put it over top of the red, I could see the holographic a little bit more. So super excited about it. And it's one of those that you gotta shake up very, very well. And you don't see the holo here, but once direct light is hitting it, you see it more. It's just so pretty. It is a super fine holographic gold shimmer. So if I want a delicate touch of holographic on my nails, I could just add 1 coat. But the beauty of these type of toppers is that you can keep layering if you want more of a holographic effect on the nails. Finally, my pedicures. I don't think I took pictures of all of my pedicures. This one, I think I forgot to take a picture, but it's so beautiful. This is called Topless and Barefoot from Essie. And all I wore was nude polishes on my toes. This, well, actually for like the last couple of months, because I broke a toenail, like I mentioned in a previous video. So I don't want to bring more attention to my toes. And some of you guys in the past have told me that the pedicures that you stick to for summer are nudes because you're wearing neons and brighter colors on your hands, right? And I never really wear nudes on my toes. I always wear some kind of color regardless of the season. I was forced to wear nudes the last couple of months because of my broken toenail, and I have a newfound love, guys. I'm like totally obsessed with nude pedicures. It just looks so, so beautiful. So Topless and Barefoot is just a beautiful nude. It's slightly more pinky leaning, and it's super, super flattering on the toes. A little bit more you know, noticeable against my skin tone because it does look lighter, but beautiful. And I mentioned Simply. This was almost undetected on my toes. I freaking loved this one. I was one of my favorite pedicures this past month. So was Lucid Dream. This is a rose gold metallic from ORLY, and it's very warm leaning. It has a lot of red tones in it. And although metallic on my nails, it was still semi-undetected and just flattering. It was so flattering. I loved it so much. I'm pretty sure I got a picture of Lucid Dream and Simply. This one I didn't love as much. This is called Coffee Break from Koki. Koki did send this one to me. I want to wear it as a manicure. I didn't though quite as much like it on my toes as a pedicure for the summer. Maybe the winter. I don't know. Formula though was really, really good. And it got opaque at 2 coats. So this one is a nude, but it's slightly more brown and almost slightly purpley here, I see in the camera. In person, it's more brown and pinky, and maybe it has a slight purpley undertone, and maybe that's why. It was undetected on my toes. I just didn't find, it just wasn't my favorite. Not that it looked terrible, it just was not my favorite out of all of the other pedicure colors that I'm mentioning right now. This one though, I did really enjoy. This is from Sally Hansen, and it's Camel-ot. It's more like a peachy type of nude, so you know, you can see here compared to Simply. Simply is just more like beigey, I guess, to where Camel-ot is pinky and peachy at the same time. More pink than peach, I want to say. A thinner formula, so it does require about 3 coats to get opaque, but a very flattering color. So that is everything for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.